What is going on, everybody? It is your boy Knowledge. Today, we're going to be talking about how notaries build a 5 to 10K a month client pipeline. So, it's very important that you learn this. And just so you guys know, after years, almost 10 years being in the notary business, making millions from my notary business, and also making multiple 10K plus a month days in revenue, I am more than qualified to show you guys all the stuff that you need to know. And if you like to have proof, if you're like one of those individuals that, hey, I want to see it myself, go ahead and click in the link in the bio. There's going to be a free training showing you how I break down my 7-figure notary business systems deeper so you can see how it works and see everything that you need to know. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this video so you guys can see what's going on. So, how do notaries build a 5 to 10K month client pipeline? So, first things first, when it comes to the mass majority of notaries, and I want to talk to you guys about this, they kind of all do the same thing, and I always let people know this, right? You go on social media, you see some people selling something for like $5, and then you buy that $5 thing for them, and it happens to be a list. So this is the route of everyday notaries, right? They do that, they sign up with these signing services, they don't get calls back. The problem is you're not actually learning how to do anything. All you did was sign up, and you're waiting for somebody to give you fish. And as the age old tale goes, if you're waiting for somebody to give you it's better to learn how to fish yourself than for someone to just give you the fish. Because if you can fish yourself, you can always eat. If someone has to give you for the fish to eat, then you're reliant on them. And that's kind of like how it is when you're signing up for all these signing services. It's cool, especially in the beginning when you want to start getting some money coming in. You might get a call here and there, but it's not sustainable. That's not something that you can do that's going to allow you to step away from your job and be able to do this full time. If you want to be able to step away from the job and do this full time, you have to learn client acquisition. You have to learn how to do things on your own so that way you can have fish consistently coming in. So I want you guys to understand that it's very important. That's going to be one of the things that sets you apart from every other notary, because most of them are just signing up and then hoping that somebody gives them money. Like, it's that easy. I wish it was that easy sometimes. Shoot, your boy wishes that easy. But anyways, first thing you need to do is pick 3 main client sources, and honestly, you start with 1. But I'll just say like this. Let's go ahead and write it out. Pick 3 main clients. I'll say pick 2 to 3, honestly. Main client sources. So when I say pick main client sources, you're going to pick the ways that you're going to get your clients, right? And just pick 2. Don't try to do everything. I often see people go on social media and they're like, hey, should I start a Facebook page? And should I start an Instagram and a TikTok to talk about my services? And should I start a GMB? And should I start a... If you do all of that stuff, you're not going to master any one of them. So what it is, the reason why I say you need to pick 1 or 2 or 3, honestly, I'll say around 2. The reason why you need to pick 2 is so that you can start mastering it. If you're trying to do notary services and you are talking about it on your YouTube and your Instagram and your TikTok and your Facebook, you're doing it on all these places, you're not doubling down on one spot and giving it the amount of love that it needs so that you can break out of the average realm and be one of those people that stand out. So if you want to be the person that stands out, you need to be focused on not many things. Even when it comes in business, even when it comes to myself, instead of focusing on a whole bunch of different businesses, it's better to just focus on one thing, get that as best as possible, and then you move on to the next thing. Same thing when it comes with the client sources. Instead of just doing like 5 different ones, just focus on 2. 3 max, but if you're not a professional already, I would even focus on 3, to be honest with you. And this is coming from someone that made millions in this industry, and I'm telling you, you don't want to focus on that many. I'll stick around like even 2, but never go over 3. But anyways, you have different client sources. You can use the paid ads, you can use social media, local businesses, referrals. You can reach out to care facilitators, realtors, attorneys. There's so many different ways that you can do it. And there's also a video that I have on my channel where I just broke that all down to you guys. I put it on a board so you guys can see all of that yourself. But what you need to do when you have those things is watch that video. It's called the Notary Hybrid System, and it breaks down all the client sources. But just pick 2. Just pick 1 or 2 and just focus on like, all right, I need to make this work, because that's what's going to actually take you to the next level. Anyways, you need to post content that creates trust. And these are for the people. Hold on, oops, I can't see my keyboard. So this is for the people that like social media, right? And I want to start off by saying this. You don't have to post on social media to make money in your notary business. One of the things that I always tell people is like, just take it. Let's just thought experiment, right? when you are somebody that needs a notarization, or you need your windows cleaned, or you need to have a service done for you really fast. Let's say that you wanted to get, let's even say that you wanted a notary. Where are you going to go to do your notarization? Where are you going to go to find a notary? Are you going to like, hey, I need a notary. Let me go to TikTok and search for notaries, or Google, or I'm sorry, not Google, or go to Instagram and search for notaries. No, you most likely go on a search engine and you search for one. So I would focus on that more so. But if you're somebody that actually likes content and you like to post and you want to focus on content, then if you do that, then you need to make sure that you're doing content that creates trust. So that means you need to create content that teaches, that explains, shows real examples of so examples of you doing notarization, so that people understand that they can trust you and they can come to you. That way, within your community, you're seen as the go-to person for notarizations. So if anybody needs to have something done, they're gonna go straight to you, because they know, like, hey, Knowledge is the one that does the notarizations. He's known for this thing, so I'm gonna go to him for that thing. This comes with any type of business. It doesn't matter what it is, what industry you're in, it doesn't matter. But you just want to create trust around whatever you do by showing what you know how to do and show you actually implementing these skills. And that's how you get more clients. It always works like that. Next up, you need to make sure that your bookings are made easy. So you need to make your bookings easy, right? And I don't know why people don't do this, right? Because especially for the people that have 9 to 5s, if you have a 9 to 5, right, and you're actually working and you're not always able to answer the phones, you need some sort of automated system that is going to allow you to consistently bring in some money, right? So how are you going to do that? You have a booking link. With that booking link, people can book whether you're in front of the phones, whether you are at your company. You're always able to get clients. It doesn't matter. So if you're just solely relying on picking up the calls and doing the notarizations and talking to the clients for yourself, then there's going to be ways and times that you miss calls. And one of the things that I always say when it comes to notaries is they always miss calls. Notaries are notorious for missing calls. So if you want to get around that and not be like and I promise you, I'm not exaggerating when I say this, like 99% of notaries that don't answer their phones, at least create a booking system so people can find you and book themselves. Because when they need something done, they're not going to keep chasing you to give you money. Would you? If you needed to do something for somebody, are you going to keep chasing them to give you your money? No, you're going to find the next person. So make your bookings easy so that they can work with you. So that means if you're gonna have your booking link needs to be working, even if you have a simple website up there with some clear pricing and a phone number, even that is good. That's a good start as well. That's a good start. Anyways, you want to follow up with each lead as well. Don't let any of them slip through the crack. So when I say follow up with each lead, what I'm basically saying is when they call you, you need to call them back. Although you may be at work and you're not able to answer the phone at the moment, even if a lot of time has passed, it's still worth it reaching out to those clients so that way you can actually see if they need help. A lot of times, if you don't answer it within, let's say, even like 30 seconds, which even may be too long, they might go to somebody else. But even if you're not sure, and even if a lot of time passed, you still need to take the time to reach out to the customers, speak to them and say, hey, I saw you had a call right here. Is there any way that we can assist you? Still reach out to them. Follow up with each lead. And if you really want to get jiggy with it, if you really want to get creative, you really want to get resourceful, whichever word you want to use, you can call them back later in the week and see if they actually got that notarization done. Because sometimes people will say, hey, no, I'm going to go with this other person, and then they forget to follow through with that other person. So even if you call back and say, hey, just making sure that everything was good, we were going to work together, but we didn't, I want to know if you actually got to get your notarization done. If they're like, oh, sometimes they might be like, oh, you know what? I completely forgot. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. I booked it with this other person, but just didn't follow up. So that's why it's important to follow up with each lead, because you never know where it's going to go. You never know where it's going to lead. And most money is really lost because notaries reply once and then just disappear. You don't want to just reply, disappear. You just want to be there to provide the service and speak to them as soon as their leads come in. Next up, you need to turn clients into repeat clients, and I will forever say this. Turn clients into repeat clients. How do you do this? There's a lot of different ways, to be honest with you. A lot of different ways. But you need to have exceptional service. You need to give them some sort of incentive to come back. You need to give them either a gift card or something free. There's many different tactics. Honestly, just hop on ChatGPT, look at different ways that you can incentivize somebody to want to work with you. And then you also can focus on the clients that need repeat services done. So if it's somebody that works at a school, they may need you to come back to do more fingerprinting or more notarizations. Or you can focus on the people that have documents that they always need to have notarized. That's what you focus on. That's how you make it work. Next up, you need to track where your jobs are coming from. If you track where each job is coming from, my bad. If you track where each job is coming from, then you're able to know exactly what type of clients you have, where they're located, what type of documents they need, and then that way you're able to market to those clients better. So this is how you do it. That's how you build a pipeline. It's not super, it's hard. It's not something like rocket science or like, oh my gosh, this is such a mysterious thing that nobody knows how to do and it's complicated. No, it's not. You just need to implement it. You just need to implement these strategies and you'll be fine. But yeah, that's the big picture. I want you guys to really see that so you can understand what it is. If you're somebody that's trying to get to that 5K a month, 10K a month in your business, or you just want to build a real notary business, remember, it's not about just taking on some random jobs. It's more so about building the right system behind it. So if you want free access to the full system that I use to build my 7-figure notary business, just click the free training in the link in the bio. And then in there, I'm going to show you how it works. I'm going to break down the back end. I'm going to show you some live numbers. I'll pull them up so you can see it for yourself. And then, yeah, that's how you actually progress. Read that information, go watch it. It's completely free. So just all it takes is your time to go learn some stuff and make some money for yourself. So anyways, go ahead and do that. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.